Hey guys, this is Chris. I'm starting a 10 vlog challenge. I'm going to be doing one video every single day for the next 10 days up until my birthday on the 10th. So it's going to be a pretty fitting 10-day challenge here. Today I'm going to talk about a little bit about the business that I'm starting. I'm going to talk about the journey that I've had over the last few years a little bit, and I'm going to talk about self-love, perfectionism, relativity, and emotional release. So, about 6 years ago, back in 2012, December 2011, I felt energy for the first time. Chi, prana, life force energy. People have all kinds of different words they use. But I used to be a very scientifically minded person. You know, that kind of stuff doesn't exist. It's not real, blah, blah, blah. You can't prove it. And I had a real experience. So at that point, I was like, okay, all this religion and metaphysics and, woo-woo, whatever, is now all open to investigation. Basically, it's like, the moment you realize everything was a lie or something. Not like that, but, just like, I got to investigate everything now. I have to know exactly what's going on. I have to know how reality is constructed, So I basically looked through all the crazy stuff, and I looked through all of the good stuff too. Eventually you find the diamonds in the rough, and I consolidated all of that down, and it's basically what I'm looking to start my business around, because I found that it's what we need, as a civilization right now, is for everyone to get back to their roots, the foundation, and that's a holistic lifestyle. It's not just like, you do the diet for a little while, you lose the 20 pounds, and then you go back to the lifestyle again. You have to change your lifestyle completely. You have to build new habits and live completely differently, permanently. And that's how you're going to get lasting changes. And so it's shifting from a negative self-talk to positive self-talk, right? Self-love. I'll just tell you right now, after 6 years of investigation, research, looking at all kinds of, esoteric, blah, 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 sit like this, stand like that, meditate, all the stuff. Basically, love yourself. That's it. Love yourself. Nobody's going to be able to love you better than you love yourself. And the reality outside of you is an exact reflection of what is inside of you. So if something's happening outside of you that you don't like, it's just showing you a part of yourself inside that needs your love. So it's a little difficult sometimes because we like to be perfectionists, I think. And we want to be, I know I like to be perfect. I sat here for a few minutes before starting this video like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's like, you spend so long trying to prepare that you never actually get anything done. And not to say that preparation isn't good, right? Preparation's important, but sometimes you got to just kind of go and wing it and do something, So, and that also lies with relativity and the fact that you never get it done. So relativity is like the best time you've ever had is now the standard by which you judge every other time you have in your life. And so, the quality of your experience is being judged based on its relativistic, comparative standing with everything else going on that you've ever experienced. And so sometimes it's hard to get started with something new when you've become a master of something else. To be a novice or a newbie in something else, it's hard to take the pride and the ego that comes with that level of mastery to start something new, and it's like, it's not perfect. You're not going to get it right. And the reason why you're a master of the thing that you're a master of is because you did it day in and day out, regularly, repeated it over and over and over again. That's how habits are built. That is a fundamental law of the universe. Momentum. You build momentum, and it gets ingrained from just a single thought that's flowing around like wind, and it becomes physical, real, solid, tangible. You drive your car 4 miles without even thinking about it. You were off thinking about what you were going to have for lunch, and you were changing lanes and pumping the brakes and whatever. So that's how it goes. So don't try to be too perfect. Don't be too hard on yourself. Give yourself some slack. Cut yourself some slack, because what happens is when you try to be so perfect, it's kind of like putting your thumb on the faucet, and it will spray the water out more focused and direct and more powerfully. But if you push your thumb on too hard, the water won't come out anymore at all. And it will build up pressure inside the pipes and cause all kinds of problems. So it's a good idea to just let things flow sometimes and see where it goes, and that comes to emotional release, which is basically, if you're having a hard time, loving yourself, right? You say, love yourself. Well, what does that even mean? I try to love myself and I don't really feel anything. Well, it's likely because it's been so long since you genuinely, got that down deep inside, that there could be, some emotional trauma or something from childhood, or just things in your life going on. It could be recent, it could be old, whatever it is. People refer to this as resistance or blockages, blah, blah, blah. And there's various ways to release that, whether you got to go out and to the woods and scream, or, do a little bit of exercise, shake your body around, like kids, you see little kids do this stuff all the time. They'll just freak out and roll down their chair and just flop and bounce around. They're releasing all that stuff. And as we get older, it gets a little bit socially unacceptable and blah, 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 blah. And we don't really let ourselves kind of let loose anymore. And we get tight, and we get, rigid, and we aren't able to let things flow as easily anymore. And that's where life is. Life is in the flow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first little tidbit. I could go on and on for days. Spent a long time researching this stuff. So if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments. Whatever you guys want to know. Really, I pretty much know everything. Take care.